Stop! Oh, God!
This off of her back. I cannot believe I found it.
Man, I don't even want to get out of the truck here.
Sasquatch thought he'd seen it all. He'd faced things in the dark that most people wouldn't believe, and shared every bone-chilling story with his audience. But this night unsettled him in a way nothing ever had. He wasn't alone on this trip. His 2 loyal dogs were with him, always alert, always by his side. They'd set up camp deep in the woods. The kind of place where the silence wraps around you like a second skin. Everything was calm. Too calm. The video starts with D sitting beside his campfire, a soft orange glow dancing across his face. His dogs lie quietly next to him, relaxed. Peaceful. Until something shifts. Without warning, one of them lifts its head sharply, body tense, ears standing at full attention. Its gaze fixes on the tree line, where the firelight fades and the real dark begins. And it won't look away. No barking. No growling. Just focus. Unblinking. Watching. As if it sees something, or someone, standing just out of reach. Something that shouldn't be there.
Stay with work. And, Mara? Mara! Earth to Mara! Mara! Come here! What are you doing? What is it? I'm gonna wait for this fire to die out a little bit. I made a hot dog, trying to get that smell out in the woods. And I'm gonna just kind of let it die down a little bit before I take off, because I don't want to leave it like this with them being close to it. Come here, Mar. What are you looking at? Down there is where Mia was here and wouldn't come to me on camera down there. Whatever they saw, they booked it this way and wouldn't come back to me. So I don't know what that was about.
Before deciding to do a quick scan, he carefully secured them inside the tent, making sure they were safe. Equipped with an AR mid-zone flashlight and camera, he stepped cautiously into the depths of the forest, sweeping the surrounding trees with his beam. As he followed the narrow trail, an eerie silence settled in. No rustling leaves. No distant calls of wildlife. Just a haunting stillness. As if the entire forest was holding its breath, guarding its secrets in complete silence.
Sounds down in there. What was that? Was that a whoop? Whoop! It's quiet. Okay, as soon as I said that, I just heard movement, dude. Okay. We're gonna keep talking.
He slowly swung his camera around the trees, scanning every shadow and crevice. Then, for just a brief moment, something caught his eye. A flash of light. A pair of glowing eyes staring straight back at him from the darkness. His stomach dropped. He spun around quickly, heart pounding in his chest. But that's when he saw them again, this time from a different angle. Those same piercing, shining eyes, watching him silently through the thick underbrush.
So this is about the point, I think.
Without waiting for his heart to catch up or for the courage to return, Bigfoot moved straight toward the source of those glowing eyes. No hesitation. No turning back. Just steady, deliberate steps into the unknown.
Hi. This is where she flipped out. Oh my god, okay. More. walking.
When he finally walked back, he saw his campfire had died down to glowing embers. Without hesitation, he grabbed some more wood and quickly fed the flames, bringing the fire back to life. But just then, a loud explosion echoed through the trees, sharp and sudden. His instincts kicked in immediately. He grabbed his flashlight and began scanning the area nervously. Minutes later, another explosion rattled the forest. Yet, no sign of anyone, or anything, was to be found around him.
Hold on, it's okay, Mara.
To make the night even more unsettling, he set up his tent and decided to read some scary stories he found online. The flickering flashlight inside the tent cast long shadows as he began reading aloud, his voice steady but low. He reached a story titled When True Horror Begins, and just as the words left his lips, a sharp crack echoed outside. Branches snapping. His usually fearless dog suddenly grew tense, licking its lips nervously, eyes darting around the tent's perimeter. The longer the story went on, the thicker the air became with unease. And the more the dog's restless movements betrayed the fear that was creeping in.
How long is the story? It's not that long. Okay. My cousins live in North Dakota, and I spent the winter break there freshman year in college. We were at their friend's house at night, drinking in her basement with some other girls, and it was really... It was really late, like 3 a.m. I was falling asleep, so I decided to walk home. They live in a desolate area, with lots of snow and gets really, really cold, especially at night. Oh, you're scaring me. But the houses weren't too far apart. When the moon is out, it seems light out. I'm sucking. I'm scared, guys. Sorry, not you're scared. The path we always take is straight behind the house through the wooded areas, then more open land, and I was Stop. Hey! Woo! La, 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 la. Ah! That's too fucking close, dude. No. She's nervous looking. Quack. Get away from me. If you're near my tent, please leave. I know.
Peering out through the mesh of his tent, he caught sight of something moving just beyond the shadows. But in seconds, it vanished, gone without a trace. He looked again, and this time, barely visible in the dim light, he saw it, a ghostly figure standing far off in the distance. Faint, unsettling sounds began to grow louder, filling the night air with an eerie tension. Then, suddenly, a massive branch crashed down, landing terrifyingly close to his tent. The shock of it sent a cold shiver down his spine.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. You guys are scared. what to do here. My fire's dying down. I feel I'll just let it. Stop! Oh God! Jesus Christ! Stop it! Okay, I know. Okay, we're going. Okay, all right.
At exactly 12:35 a.m., he decided enough was enough and put the book down. For safety, the dogs were secured inside the car. As he did this, a lone vehicle passed by in the distance, its remote headlights cutting through the darkness. Determined to keep moving despite everything, he began making his way back toward the camp. But with every step, it felt as if unseen footsteps were following, echoing just behind him. Nearby, the sharp snap of breaking branches shattered the silence, followed by a chilling creak, like something grinding its teeth in the shadows.
I hear movement everywhere, dude. This is hard. I don't know this place. I don't know them. That makes it really hard. What was that? What was that? I just saw an orb in my, like something fly to me and fly away real quick. Like it would not fly, but it was in the air and it was just like a light. I'm trying.
D made a brave choice. He switched off his flashlight and stood perfectly still in the pitch black. Listening intently, the silence was complete, until a blood-curdling sound shattered the night. Minutes later, another loud crash echoed through the forest, as if a massive tree had just come crashing down nearby.
I get it. Okay. I can't. I'm trying.
He decided to end the camping trip, but it wasn't because of whatever was out there. Nowhere Bound is a YouTube channel known for peaceful solo nights in nature, calm, quiet, and thoughtful. It's not about fear. It's about stillness. But in one of the latest videos, that familiar tone begins to shift. Quietly, almost unnoticed. What starts as a simple night of solitude and forest therapy slowly turns into something else. Something more unsettling. The trip begins like many others. A scenic arrival. A carefully chosen spot. His dog, Juniper, runs freely through the leaves, happy and carefree. The area is remote. Only 4 campsites in total. And as evening falls, the few other campers pack up and leave. What's left behind is silence. At first, it feels peaceful. But as time passes, that silence starts to change. It no longer feels like calm. It feels like something watching.
What are you doing, puppy? Yes, I know. She should be on a leash, but it's Juniper, and there's nobody else here, so I think it'll be okay. So this is the whole area behind her campsite, and you could kind of tell that it is a flood area. I mean, when the stream is high, all this debris is piling up on the trees. This is a pretty sweet spot.
From his spot, an old, abandoned building looms into view. Its purpose long forgotten, yet its presence feels heavy, inevitable. It stands just beyond the tree line, only a few meters from where he parked. A massive silhouette against the fading sky. It's been there the whole time. But being this close to it, there's an unspoken discomfort in that. And as the sun sinks lower, that uneasy feeling only grows. He tries to light a campfire. The wood is too damp, the air too stubborn. Nothing catches. And so, he's left alone, in the near dark, with only the occasional sounds of the forest to keep him company. Somewhere nearby, there's a faint rustle in the bushes. Soft, subtle. He knows it could be nothing, but the building is still there, watching. Across the road, I'm setting up my own camp. Close enough to see the glow of his lantern. Close enough to wonder if he feels it too.
I'm camping right across the street from that building. The people who were camping just left, but their tent and everything is still set up down there, so I don't know what's going on with them. They may return later tonight, I don't know. But I'm here all alone. The fire was kind of a bust. The wood's just too wet. There wasn't enough hot energy to do the cooking I wanted to do, and I gotta be honest, I'm a little creeped out right now. And this is the first time this has ever happened to me camping. I don't know if it's the building or the quiet or that Juniper is just restless. Once in a while I hear strange animal noises that I've never heard before. I think they're frogs. There's multiple whippoorwills, and I don't hear whippoorwills very often. There's one. So I think I'm just gonna have a snack and call it a night. I'm not gonna cook anything. I'm not that hungry anyway. Yeah, so although the weather has been beautiful, it's a little creepy right now. And I usually don't get creeped out. But we're gonna just get in the camper, hunker down, try to get Juniper to settle down.
At first, the sounds seemed typical, perhaps frogs, birds, or other small creatures, but the patterns don't align with the expected rhythms of nature. The noises are unpredictable. He mentions hearing animal calls he's never encountered before, and even Juniper, normally calm, appears uneasy, restless, alert, and refusing to settle.
At first, the forest sounds, frogs, birds, seem normal, but their rhythm feels off, unpredictable. He even hears unfamiliar animal calls. Juniper, usually calm, paces nervously, refusing to settle. He closes the curtains early and plays soft background noise, but vulnerability gnaws at him. Outside, the air is dead still, the temperature in the low 40s, yet not a breeze stirs. The silence is oppressive, every shadow seems to twitch. By dawn, sunlight and a hot coffee offer brief relief. On his morning walk, he finds the neighboring campsite vacant, as if its occupants vanished. Down by the river, a steep bank and a stark clearing lie unnaturally still. Then Juniper bolts into the woods, her small action camera, meant for playful dog cam clips, dangling loose. Whatever chased her was real, and fast enough to drag her deep into the forest.
So I had this tiny little camera attached to Juniper's harness, and she ran into the woods and chased something. Sure enough, she knocked this off of her back. I cannot believe I found it. That's a stroke of good luck for today. That is for sure.
The soil is undisturbed. Not buried. Not hidden. Just lying there in the open. As if it had been placed. The footage from the camera doesn't show anything explicitly frightening. No monsters. No figures lurking behind trees. But the entire walk, every second of it, is soaked in a quiet dread. It's not about what you see. It's about what's implied. The feeling that something was nearby the entire time. That the building was never truly empty. That whatever made those noises in the dark wasn't an animal. And maybe Juniper wasn't chasing a rabbit after all. He had gone on countless off-the-grid camping trips, explored abandoned places, and faced strange experiences. But this one shook him. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he hit the trail. Darkness closing in around him. And now, I'm bringing you with me.
I'm bringing you to Murder Road, where we are going to explore the Something loud just happened over there. Welcome back to another adventure, fam. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jared Bear. For tonight's adventure, I'm bringing you to Murder Road, where multiple bodies have been dumped, but no killers have ever been caught. Not only that, but we are going to be stealth camping here tonight. We're not going to have any fires, nothing to draw any big attention to us, but we're going to pitch a tent and stay here all night.
On a remote road surrounded by forest, he carried his spirit box, though his hopes were fading. He hadn't captured anything interesting, but he couldn't shake the region's dark past. Bodies had been dumped in these woods, and the killer was never caught. That thought alone was enough to unsettle anyone, especially in the pitch-black silence of night. Now, the road ahead comes to a dead end. But wait, there's something out there. Something that feels too right to be safe.
Now this road dead ends. Oh, there's something right here too. Whew. That bat scared me. A loud squeak. There's a lot of noise out here. This feels a little insane. Oh, do I see a light down there? Oh my goodness. There may be. Man, this thing takes forever to load. just stopped. This is insane.
This was madness. With every step, the tension tightened like a noose. Then, his device began picking up activity. Static at first, then a flicker of a voice. Was a victim reaching out? Or was something else pretending to be? Now, I was in too deep.
Now, I was actually talking to an officer who reminded me of that spot. That's what's got me out here. And he had told me of a deputy that was found back here as well, along with somebody else. Now, I didn't find that anywhere written yet, but I was told that.
Laura.
Laura. Laura. Oh boy. This is ridiculous. Eric. I can tell you this place feels extremely intense. Yeah, that's a good.
Want to know the truth?
Want to know the truth. Yes, that's sort of what we're trying to figure out, actually. Because none of these horrific crimes were ever solved. Now, I'm not going to reveal the names of the girls out of respect, because crimes were never solved. And yeah, I just...
Help us.
It says help us. And it just don't feel right, so...
Absolutely. He got back in his truck and drove deeper into the woods, putting distance between himself and the suspected crime scene. But the moment he pulled away, his camera started glitching. Static. Distortion. Then silence. That night, as he sat alone in his truck, something started to feel wrong. Not outside. Inside. Like he hadn't left the darkness behind, but brought it with him.
Okay guys, so we're at the spot, I believe, where the one teenage girl's body was found. It's by the oil well here. Now, like 800 yards from here then, another teenage girl body was found within that month. Like a month later. So now we're up to like 4 bodies in a year. Man, I don't even want to get out of the truck here. My camera has shut off multiple times since sitting here, and I got the frickin' willies like no other. Does not feel safe. I just heard. Sounds like something walking in there. Something walking. It said the one girl's body was...
Rituals here.
Rituals here. Oh my goodness. Rituals here. Oh, I don't even want to think about it. Oh man, I feel so bad right now. That really just made me sick in my stomach. I just heard a whistle. Whistling.
He saw hikers passing by, but then realized they weren't just nearby. They were walking slowly through the forest, straight toward his campsite. His stomach dropped. Something was wrong. These weren't normal hikers.
What is that? I was just about to lay down. Did you? You guys hear that? Man, this is freaking terrifying. Hey. There's lights out there. I just seen a light out there. Look. Oh, no, 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 no. Please, no. I gotta get out the back door. That's so loud.
He froze in place, every instinct screaming at him to run. But instead, he avoided confrontation. He turned and bolted toward his truck, climbed inside, and locked the doors behind him. His heart pounded in his chest as he silently watched through the window. The figures approached his campsite. Then suddenly, they kicked at his tent. "What's happening?" he whispered, barely daring to breathe.
They're kicking the tent. Son of a gun, man. Dang, no, 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 no.
My heart is still racing. What were those people doing in the middle of the forest? And what was about to happen next?
No way. They're leaving. They're leaving.
It was a quiet day at Dillon State Park, until he heard something he couldn't quite explain.
I'm looking for tree burrows that I can reach. Nothing bad about tree burrows if they're still in the tree. Usually they're ones that are worth cut. I hope I got that on audio, because I don't know what the hell that is.
The sound coming from the trees wasn't like anything he'd ever heard before. At first, he brushed it off, probably the wind, maybe a distant animal.
I'm
But
looking
deep
for tree
down,
burrows that I
something
can
felt off.
reach. I'm showing my age now. And there it is again. And I haven't the foggiest clue what the hell be making that noise out here. We don't have wild pigs. We sure shit ain't got no howler monkeys floating around these woods. I suppose we could. People lose their damn animals all the time. Especially around Ohio.
What made it worse was that he had hunted in this forest countless times before, and he had never heard anything like that. Almost instantly, viewers in the comments began to speculate. Was it a call? A warning? Or something, trying to lure him in? On Wednesday, July 12, 2023, Mike Trabucco stepped into the canyons of Orange County, California. What started as a routine hike quickly turned into a brush with something wild. As he climbed a dusty trail, he noticed something ahead. A mountain lion staring right at him.
Alright, so I was just hiking up this path to check some of my cameras. And look at this. It's Uno, just chilling here. I just came around the corner here. She's literally just sitting here watching me. Hi, Uno. She's just chilling.
Frozen in place, Mike kept filming every second. Filled with rising fear, the lion slowly began walking toward him, never breaking eye contact.
Okay, wow, this is kind of crazy. Oh shit, she's coming towards me. Oh shit. No way. Wow. I had bear spray ready.
Mike gripped his bear spray tightly, ready for whatever might come. His heart raced as he planted his feet firm. Then, just as the tension reached its breaking point, the mountain lion bolted up disappearing swiftly into the thick forest. Mike backed away slowly, shaken but safe. In moments like these, every second counts.